Uh-oh. Oh, dear. Oh, goodness. Well, hello, everyone. I guess we're here now. Oh, geez. No, we're gonna have to try to chase the shadow. It's over here. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. This is really not what I was hoping for. Please go in the... Nope! Oh, pigeon, no. I know you're named after a bird, but that doesn't mean you should get yoinked by one. Well, welcome back. I was just trying to finish feeding the pups, and apparently, at the end of the last episode, there was an eagle lurking that we didn't see, but we're back with the Amethyst pack. Tempest has almost had a heart attack. I have almost had a heart attack. But thankfully, still, all the pups are okay. Oh boy. Y'all, please do not go this far. No, don't go this far from the den right now. I know there was just an eagle attack, but I think Tempest is gonna keep them very, very close because of that. Even if there may not be any other predators lurking at present. But yeah, we're just finishing off our previous day. Thankfully, all the pups have recovered from their illness last time, although it was a little bit close. We do need some of them to have a little bit more food. The scratching. But after that, we're gonna go ahead and let these guys sleep. You stay out! Okay, no, that's a bald eagle. Oh, boy, y'all. Well, starting off this episode with a bang, I guess, but we'll let these guys get a little bit of rest, and hopefully the next day will be just a little bit calmer. Well, morning is here, and it looks like the year is growing a bit later because now we have our newborn calves and fawns. That'll make feeding these guys easier at the very least, but it does mean that the time has come for us to start preparing to go. Oh, this has gotten taken. I think that was taken the last day, if I remember correctly, but yes. Oh, yeah, we gotta go in back of the den. There's no rest for the weary. I already see trouble brewing in the distance, in the form of stranger wolves. Guys, can y'all actually go in the den, please? Oh my word. Okay, the wolf is running in. No, the wolf is not running in yet. It's still circling. It's taking its time, thankfully. And I think there's only one. All right, go. Get out. Who are you? Rescue Creek again. Oh my goodness. There's just no rest for the weary. Well, I think Tempest is gonna have her paws very full today because we don't really necessarily need to mark. I guess it's not quite time. We do need to mark a little bit of territory, but the pups are not quite to the point where we need to be searching for a rendezvous site. However, I think that'll happen pretty soon here. You stay out. Get out. Stay out. Go back to your home. This is not your territory. Get out of here. All right. What a chaotic start. I definitely think Tempest is beginning to feel a little bit uneasy in this place. It's fortunate that we're leaving for the rendezvous site quite soon here, because if we weren't, I don't think she would want to stick around at this den too longer. It's too exposed, too in the open, and it just doesn't seem safe for the pups, especially with so many of them. It's kind of a miracle that we made it this far with all 7 still alive, but as is often the case with large litters, usually some of them don't end up making it, and I think Tempest has an ever-growing understanding that they've been very lucky so far, that the pack may be in for further trials in the future. She's going to have to keep her wits about her and hope that that sickness in particular doesn't come back, and that we stop getting those surprise eagle attacks. I think she's going to be very thankful when we make it to the rendezvous site and we don't have to worry about being attacked from above every gosh dang second. Well, we've got quite a bit of time left in our day here, and I have caught scent of a moose, so I'm spending some time tracking it down. We did find a carcass to eat from, so we're both full on food. but with a litter of 7, it's definitely better to get extra food whenever possible. So I think we're gonna see if we can find, is this a loop? Probably. We're gonna see if we can find a moose calf to bring with us and see if we can bring back a little bit of extra food, because goodness sakes, the one thing about a big litter is that by this point, oh, are you a bull? You're a bull, aren't you? Yeah, you got antlers. Okay, well, we'll follow the other trail and just see. Because I do smell a moose calf. Okay, right up here then. Alright, so those were entirely separate moose, I guess. But one of them doubled back over here. It's always wise to sniff around. But we'll see if we can bring back a nice little snack for our babies, because that is something that's going to be important. With 7, food is quite a bit of a struggle, especially as they start to get older. That is one thing that's going to be very rough about summertime, if all of them make it, is growing pups have growing appetites. So there definitely comes a point when it feels like your ability to regurgitate for them is barely effective. And so when that point gets here, we really need to be reliably able to be bringing down prey for them. Otherwise, we're going to have a very bad time of things. Oops, I should have held on a little bit longer. She's chasing me, I think. Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. Gotta get a little bit more. Sometimes if she stops to attack, there we go, then you can get in one. There we are. And she's run off already, so that's perfect. There's a little bit of tactics that goes into hunting the moose, but we have managed to bring down a baby ungulate. I think that's a newer feature as well in the game too, because if I remember correctly, it used to be only elk calves that counted towards it. Those are bison. But I think it used to be only elk calves, if I remember from my earlier videos. It was only the elk calves that counted towards that, and the other ungulates didn't, so they've actually expanded that as part of this recent update, I believe. Well, recent-ish. It's been a little bit now, but that is another little handy quality of life thing. Makes it a little bit easier to complete that quest. I wish we would have had that around when Moxie was here, because that was something that I remember. I can't remember if she did end up bringing down an elk calf. I think she took down one, but that would have been handy for her mule deer quest. Although I guess it still would have required her to do to kill a calf and not, or to kill a fawn and not a doe mule deer. So, oh well. It is what it is. It's a neat little feature to have in the game now. But we're gonna go ahead. We'll bring this back to our babies. We are so dang slow carrying this, so we will catch up with you guys when we get back to the den. And here we are. Hopefully we finally get a moment to play with these guys, because the affinity has been a little bit less than full as of late. We've had a couple too many incidences where things got quite dramatic, and we haven't really gotten the chance to spend time with them in the way that we might have wanted to. That's just a raven, I'm pretty sure. But there have been a lot of interesting developments with the pups as well. Quite a bit of discussion surrounding them. Oh boy, we're really not going to be able to get this all the way up, are we? But there's been quite a bit of discussion surrounding them, because this has been quite a lively litter. You guys have noticed things like Marin and Luca seeming to be quite close. And Pigeon being a little bit of a rambunctious soul, possibly as evidenced by the romping, the chaos going on over there, and of course her many mischievous adventures. You've also noticed that Nyx and Agate have been potentially quite close as well, especially in the previous episode when I think it was Agate actually came out of the den here to see what was going on in the middle of a bear attack when Nyx refused to join the other pups. So interesting developments like that. A lot of that discussion has come out of my YouTube Discord server, which is open to supporters of the channel on Patreon, YouTube channel memberships, and Twitch subs. So if that is something that interests you and you want to get in on some of that discussion and observations, then that is open to all supporters over the age of 13. Goodness sakes, these guys just sprint away at a moment's notice, no provocation. Pigeon is leading the charge. Guys, please. I think Tempest is feeling a little, oh my goodness. Tempest is feeling a little bit anxious about how excitable this litter is. I do love that the pups are so much more playful now and actually will run around like that, but my goodness, if it does not make for some scary situations when you have stuff like the eagle attack that we had earlier. It's a whole new challenge in its own right, but it does add so much interest and personality to them. And I get and burn again, off again. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and sleep. I think we're not totally exhausted yet, but you generally don't want to be totally exhausted, because if something happens, goodness gracious, if something happens, you don't want to be totally out of stamina. So we're gonna try to herd these guys. Jeez Louise, not again. No, this is not what I wanted. This is not what I wanted. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think most of the pups are going towards the den. They're going in the general direction of the den. Be careful. Please go back in the den. Please go in the den. Okay, Xena's for sure running. Xena's for sure running. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Okay, Agate's going back in the den. We should be good. If we carry Xena, we can protect her. I think she's the only pup out in the open. Yes. Oh, I am so ready to leave for the rendezvous site. Holy smokes. This is why I wanted to try to round everybody up and go to sleep before something like this happened, but I think we should be fine. You guys have told me that the eagles shouldn't be able to snatch pups anymore. I think this is just my old 2.7 paranoia kicking in, because I do remember them being able to do that. I should hope it's not a feature in this, but you just never know. Although, that said, if there is a bug, then that's first of all something that should be reported with the F11. You can send in feedback or bug reports directly to WolfQuest with that, and in the case that a bug does happen, usually we don't count that event as canon. We are technically, you are often allowed to reload in those cases. So, nevertheless, scarier than I'd like it to be, we're gonna go ahead and sleep before more chaos descends upon us. Oh boy, alright, almost all your pups have grown to 15 pounds. I am very thankful for that. We're still gonna sleep until morning, but yeah, the pups are pretty close to ready to leave, and boy, I think Tempest is ready too. She is tired of the eagles, she's tired of the scratching. We're gonna let her sleep a little bit more until it gets a bit lighter, but after that, we're gonna start poking around for rendezvous sites, I think. Oh. Or maybe we won't, because now Pearl is also sick. With all of the predator attacks, I had almost forgotten about illness, but I suppose it makes sense that it was only a matter of time before somebody else got sick. I think we are still gonna have to leave for a bit today. We have a rendezvous site quite close, but I'm not sure that Tempest would want to use it, to be honest. So I think we are gonna head out to this area. She's gonna have to be fast about it, because we don't want Pearl to get sicker. She's at 93 already. Oh, goodness sakes. Alright, we just need Xena to finish eating and then we can leave. But with the journey ahead, I think we do want to prepare for that, and as much as it's often convenient to have a close rendezvous site, I honestly don't see Tempest taking the one that's right there. Too much has happened at this den, and moving is not going to shake the predators off of our tail. I know it's mostly an eagle that won't be able to continue attacking our pups once they're too big anyway, but I don't know. She's just kind of got a bad feeling about it, and I'm just waiting for more stranger wolves to jump out of the bushes at us. But yeah, I think we'll go ahead. We will actually eat this moose calf carcass too. It'd be good for us to have a little bit of food as we head off here. And I don't know... Maybe we will have Chase stay behind, actually. I kind of just woofed the pups into the den on instinct. We technically don't have to do that anymore. I'm pretty sure that if the mates follow you now, that's a new feature, as well as they'll send the pups in the den on their own. But I think we'll actually ask Chase to stay back with them. I think Tempest is worried about leaving little Pearl alone by herself without someone to watch over her. I know the mates don't mechanically provide the companionship buff, but I think for her peace of mind, she'd want that. And she also doesn't anticipate doing anything particularly dangerous. She's just going to make a very quick run to mark the territory here. So she shouldn't need the backup if all goes according to plan. But you never know. Knowing me, this will be the one day that we actually find real trouble in the territory. I suppose we'll just have to see. Oh my goodness, we're itching again. I'm so ready to move. So one of the rendezvous sites is actually right up here, supposedly. Is it on top of this hill? I don't know precisely where it is, but we are pretty close, so it's a little bit over this way more. This could have pretty good visibility, actually. That's interesting. That's the aspen trees that we know quite well. Aha, it's this, isn't it? Well, if you crest this ridge, you do have pretty good visibility this way. Fairly good visibility, as long, well, maybe not over this hill. She's trying to think about the predators here. It is quite an open site, which normally open is a little scary because of the eagles, but not once you're at the rendezvous site stage, so I'm wondering if maybe she'll prefer the site that's just down this hill somewhere. It looks like it also might be quite open, but maybe it'll be a little bit flatter ground and a little bit easier to see anything that might be encroaching. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this site is right here. There's a little woodland, but the view in these directions is pretty good, apart from this little ridge here being slightly difficult to see over. I'm not particularly attached to either of these two sites. I don't think Tempest feels like either one is quite right. However, she doesn't want to spend too long away from home. We do have a little bit more territory to mark, and it does have some other rendezvous sites in it, but this would certainly do if she had no other choice. One of these sites would be at the very least acceptable. Interesting. So there's 4 rendezvous sites in here, but most of them look like they're going to be pretty wooded. However, I see a very prominent rock up on this hill. We caught sight of it from quite a distance, and it looks like it's in a more open area. I'm curious if that's one of the rendezvous sites. There's bison right here, though, goodness sakes. Is this a rendezvous site, or is it just a rock? Looks like it might just be a rock. Is one of the sites in this little open area, though, is the question. This one might be, because this could have some decent visibility. I guess we'll check for the site that's right over here. Oh, I think it's going to be more wooded in. Yeah, those first 2 sites might be our best bet then, because I think this rendezvous is going to be right up here. In fact, I think this is the rendezvous site right here, and the visibility around it, it's not great. There's a lot of potential for getting jumped, I think. So I think we're just going to go ahead, we'll mark this territory, and we'll return home, and we'll go to one of the 2 sites, probably the first site that we looked at. That's a little bit farther away. Not quite as far as this, but I still think it'll be enough to hopefully throw the predators and, gosh darn, rescue Creek, although technically I think we're moving closer to them. Hopefully they'll at least lose track of where we are. At least that's Tempest's line of logic. Aha, okay. I did choose to stop briefly on the way back because although we are, although we need to get back quickly, I think it would behoove us to do a little hunting first. Let's see. We don't want to get kicked. We can still dodge. I think we'll get some damage in. Oh, and we still avoided it. Nice. As long as she doesn't catch up to us here, we should be able to take this moose calf down. Just sneak a few bites while we're able to. I want to primarily go for the moose and the elk calves at this time of year because I think they're going to provide the best food for our very large litter. Okay, we can get one more in. Get another one while she's attacking. Yeah, we should be able to take this down. She is just going to stay right on her tail. Whoa! Holy heck. At least now we can get another bite, but goodness sakes. She really just ran right after us there, and she's continuing to chase. Goodness. Okay, well, I think we should be able to snag this moose calf carcass here. All right, and we're not too far away. That's why I don't like hunting early in these outings, is because then you end up dragging the calf around you with you forever. So then you go a lot slower and you end up wasting time overall. But this will be good food, especially thinking about setting out into the journey. So I think we'll go ahead and bring this back for the pups, and then probably hang out with Pearl a bit. How is her health? 83. Oh, Tempest's gonna have to make a tough choice here because the pups are quite close to leaving. It's actually Pearl who's the farthest from it. I think Tempest may make a slight risk because what she's worried about now is getting back and having to leave and not having any energy for the journey. And then we're gonna get stuck in the open. So I think she might sleep just until the pups are a little bit bigger, and then we'll have plenty of time to spend with Pearl on the journey. That should also protect us from eagles, which would be nice. But I don't think she's entirely comfortable with the idea of spending too long sleeping in the open. Even though it is a risk to try and rest. Yeah, that may be what we have to do. Okay, well, we did sleep once, and hopefully this is enough to make it— oh goodness, what is Xena? Xena's all the way over there! I think she'll go back in the den from this, but goodness sakes, no, Chase! Don't eat this, this is for the pups! Oh my goodness. Well, I am actually going to go ahead and grab this because we are now officially out of our den, and I think it's going to be better for us to kind of congregate over here. Now, Pearl's probably going to take her time in getting to us. Actually, for that matter, Pigeon's kind of lagging behind as well. Oh, there she goes. She's running. But this way, we're a little closer to the grass we need to be. But I think we're going to have to carry Pearl for most of this journey anyway. Oh, goodness. Hun. No. I want you close anyway. Oh, Chase is going to eat most of it. I guess he is pretty hungry. Yeah, he's at 80 right now. So hopefully the pups are still going to get enough. Okay, he's not eating all of it, yeah. I'm a little paranoid because sometimes they'll just scarf the whole thing down, the mates, I mean. But Chase seems to be doing pretty well with that. Pearl, are you sure you don't want to eat? You just kind of took off. Okay, I think she may go eat here. She's not all that— no, stop it. She's not all that hungry, but it would be good to make sure— you are hungry. What are you doing? Go eat your food. I think there's just too many pups eating at once, but we are going to have to carry her with us, I think. So let's go ahead. We'll finish this carcass off because we can't really carry it, so we may as well get some food out of it too, I suppose. If Chase wants it, he can have it, but I think maybe he's already had his fill. And then we're gonna set out. It's gonna be a bit of a long journey trying to get back to the that's a pronghorn, holy heck. Oh, that scared the life out of me. I thought it was a wolf for a second there. Oh my goodness. New creature to get jump scared by. But we're gonna mostly just carry Pearl, I think, and then try to get all the way over there if we can. It's going to be a longer journey, but I think it's going to be a worthwhile one. All right, Pearl, let's go. At the very least, this will let us spend a lot of good time with her. We actually have a very slight river crossing here, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Have we still got everyone? I think we have, right? Yep. All right, well, Pearl wants to rest. That's the other rendezvous site right there, I believe, where the pronghorn are walking. I hope they don't take offense to our presence and decide to be an issue. But we're moving pretty quickly anyway, and I think— yeah, the pups are all on 70% wakefulness still, which is the other benefit of sleeping before we leave. So hopefully this will continue to go all right. Ooh, I see that eel up there. I'm very thankful he can't bother us anymore. The pups are way too heavy for him to lift now. But goodness sakes. I hope that's not the one that was tormenting us. Or actually, I kind of hope that it is, and that he can now see that, hey, you better leave us alone. But eagle, I don't know that we've had one that's been so relentless for a little bit. Just attack after attack after attack. In any case, we're getting pretty close to the rendezvous site now. So there's not that much farther to travel. We will have to rest here for a moment. Hopefully nothing is following us. I do like being out in the open here. It lets us see a lot better now that we don't have to worry about being attacked from above. It's a little bit easier to spot any potential threats. That not necessarily mean that I will see things at a time. Sometimes they still blend into the grass. Oh, I bet that is an elk mother as well. It looks like there's one elk standing off by herself. But it definitely helps it can be easier. It gives me a better chance than amid all those trees, at least. And here we are. It's a little surreal to be having a rendezvous site not just on Amethyst, but on in an area that I think was blocked off by Strange Wolf territory. Also, goodness, we need a name for it. I feel like I use Overlook a lot, but at the same time, like, I think we'll call it Valley Overlook, because that's exactly what it is. I mean, we can look down at the valley, we can see the river. I guess I could call it Lamar Overlook, but I think there is a place on this map called Lamar Overlook. Lamar Overlook is pretty close to us, actually. It's not that far away, so I suppose I'm not too far off. Even the game is fond of those names, or I think that's probably the actual name of it in reality, too. Oh, and we're here just in time to watch the sunset. Oh, y'all, that's pretty. That is real pretty. This game very much, it is a very beautiful game. Like, they did a dang good job on it. I'm distracted by how pretty it is. They really did do a very, very good job on the atmosphere as night's falling here. Now, nighttime will make it a little hard to see anything that's sneaking up on us. We'll see, too, sometimes, like, this site, it would give us a good view. If there's gonna be an aurora, it's gonna be off in the sky in that direction. But I think as the sun sets, this day draws to a close, we are gonna spend some time with Pearl, but I think we are also going to leave this episode off here because it is getting to be about that time again. So as the sun dips behind the horizon, the last lights fade, we'll leave the Amethyst Pack to their rest, and hopefully when we return next episode, it will be to good news about Pearl and not to disaster. This is also a little bit of a dangerous situation because we are very close to Rescue Creek, and we're not going to be able to mark that territory until Pearl recovers, which is the one downside of this plan. But that's a problem that we'll have to solve in the next episode. So for now, we're going to go ahead and leave this off here for today. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay, over and out.